Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's History and Wargame World, and this is my conclusion video for Waterloo. Alright, one thing is, as I was running out of units, the turns were going much quicker. What happened? Well, we played till 6 p.m. and it is an Allied victory. The British Prussians have won. And we're going to go around the field, show you what happened. I played, since the last video, I played 6 more turns. A couple of turns only took like 10 minutes. The French army is pretty much non-existent. Let's go take a look around the field. Alright, here we have Napoleon himself. And he's being covered by some artillery pieces. That's the last of the Grand Battery. Our Prussian infantry and cavalry are sweeping down on them. All the young guard that were here pretty much have been eliminated, driven back. Some of the remnants are there. Alright, let's go take a look at a little bit more here on the right flank. Well, the French troops here on this flank tried to hold back the Prussian onslaught. But between the Prussians attacking there and the British firing down on the ridge and advancing, it was impossible to hold. So this whole flank is crumbling and the Prussians are coming. Let's see how the old and middle guard did. Alright, this is the great plan. You know, several turns ago I sent every bit of cavalry I had pretty much across this field, and that was sort of a waste of cavalry. Then I sent the old and middle guard with some line infantry skirmishers. The old guard is here and their morale has broken. I rolled a 3 on 2d6 and a 4. They needed a 4 or higher, so they've actually broken. This is what's left of the middle guard, and as you can see, I mean, they did break through. We got some British units retreating. And I do have one veteran French line unit that's chopped up that is breaking through, but it's really a little bit too late. I mean, all these Prussians are coming. So the old guard actually got on the top of the ridge. If their morale had held, I still don't think they could have. I could turn this game around. I mean, I have just scores of Prussian infantry coming up. Alright, now what happened over here on this flank? Let's pause the camera and take a look. Well, as I previously stated in the last video, I really didn't think I had enough French troops to break through this British line. This is where we're at. The French cavalry did charge. One unit did form square. They got slaughtered out there by the rest of the infantry firing at them. All the other French units are gone. And I have some French artillery out there. The entire French army is shattered. So that's where we're at with this flank. I'm going to say around 1, 2 o'clock I stopped doing the army morale checks because I put a lot of energy into building all this stuff for the great Jim McDonald Waterloo game, and I didn't want to have to just stop and never even get the Prussians on the table. There was also a point I thought the French were going to win if I didn't bother doing army morale checks. Alright, let's bring the camera over to the other side for a final recap. Well, final recap. Waterloo risk figures go on Amazon. They're really inexpensive. You get a couple hundred infantry, 72 cavalry, 72 artillery pieces, and it's like $25. So, couple shout outs. Derek Barton, Claude Bailey, Peter from the Nottingham group, our No Stress Miniature Wargaming site on Facebook, Cotton Jim, who I purchased some of these buildings from, Cotton Jim down in Williamsburg area, his online store. This game was done in the memory of Jim McDonald, a great wargamer, veteran, and a very good friend of mine who passed away a few years ago. And this was his idea. In a recap of my gameplay, I believe my French attacks were poorly thought of. I think I needed to bombard Hougoumont for several turns before I attacked it with 8 battalions of infantry and chewed up a third of my French forces on that. I also spent a lot of time fighting this and burnt up a lot of French forces. In hindsight, I think I would put everything between the 2 buildings and go for the ridge and ignore the buildings. I don't know if that would work or not. So, I had a great time. I used pretty much Larry Brom's rules from The Sword and the Flame, and a little bit of Todd Kreshner's in the Warfare in the Age of Napoleon for a few odds and ends. But that's about it. I'm quite happy with how this came out. Sort of surprised that the French did not do, I don't know, I think it wasn't my little plastic figures as much as my leadership making a few bad decisions. The French artillery Grand Battery was devastating, and I should have just poured shells into some of these buildings instead of attacking right off the bat. But it's the conclusion is pretty much how it ended in real life. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you don't subscribe already. I'm very close to 1,000 viewers. Thank you. Stay safe, be kind, and happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.